In the summer of 2025 in Japan, violence that is believed to have been a routine occurrence in a certain high school baseball team became the subject of intense criticism. What do you all think about that? I'm Matsuzaki, a psychiatrist. Today, I'd like to talk in some detail about violence in school sports teams, drawing on several different references and also adding some of my own personal views along the way.
Why is it that in school sports teams, coaches use violence against their students and senior students use violence against juniors?
I'll explain 6 reasons for this. First, there is the aim of improving athletic performance. Sometimes, coaches and senior students try to make their students or juniors follow their own rules, rather than leaving things to their independence. This is often based on the deeply mistaken belief that harsher violence somehow fosters greater athletic ability. Coaches may gradually come to believe that using violence allows them to make their students train even harder. Another cause is the belief among coaches that harsh experiences, which push athletes to their physical and mental limits, in themselves lead to growth as players. Second, to establish discipline within the team. In sports teams, it is considered important for the entire team to act toward a single goal in a disciplined manner. To enforce that discipline, coaches and senior students sometimes employ violence. For example, students or juniors who are late for practice or fail to follow instructions. By using violence to punish them, they try to show that person and the other members what happens when rules are broken and end up attempting to control the entire team. Third, domination by coaches and senior students to maintain a more advantageous position for themselves.
Ideally, if a coach were highly skilled in the sport, admired by everyone, and someone everyone wanted to learn from, there would be no problem. However, such coaches are rare. Instead, violence is used.
It is said that in some cases, coaches and senior students use violence as a means to establish and maintain their authority.
By inflicting violence on those in lower positions, they try to impress upon them that their own position is absolute.
As a result, those in lower positions become unable to defy coaches or senior students, and a one-sided power dynamic is formed. Within such a power structure, violence may be justified in the name of guidance or education, and this could be what is driving it. Fourth, could it be a negative cycle? If someone has personally experienced violence at the hands of coaches or senior students, they may come to mistakenly see the violence in that environment as normal. As a result, when they become senior students themselves, they are more likely to inflict similar violence on their juniors. Since I endured it myself, I have the right to do the same to my juniors. It's not uncommon for such a mistaken belief to arise, because such environments are closed off and difficult for outsiders to see into. And because the students themselves are still unfamiliar with the wider world and unable to compare their situation with general society, they often fail to recognize how abnormal it is, allowing the cycle to continue. It has been pointed out that this is the case. Fifth, the win-at-all-cost mentality.
The true purpose of school sports teams should be the growth
and well-being of the students. However, when a win-at-all-cost mentality takes over, players come to be seen as tools for victory, and the focus tends to shift toward achieving results for the team while ignoring the students' happiness. As a result, excessively harsh coaching and even violence are inflicted on the players. Sixth, regarding violence in Japanese school sports teams, the military origin theory has been put forward. Let's introduce it. During World War II, in the Japanese military, in order to establish a strict hierarchy and chain of command, violence by those in higher positions against those in lower positions was rampant.
Well, it was things like that that made units such as the Kamikaze Special Attack Unit possible.
By imitating such a hierarchy, violence by coaches and senior students began in school sports teams. And after the war, veterans brought the violence they had experienced in the military, known as shigoki, into these teams.
In this historical context, the line between rigorous training or coaching and mere violence became blurred, creating an environment in which violence came to be tolerated. Furthermore, in Japan, there is a culture that regards obediently following what one is told and carrying it out without criticism as a virtue. And this has been pointed out as one factor that has made accepting unreasonable corporal punishment seem normal. So, we've gone over 6 reasons why violence occurs in school sports teams. Various studies have been conducted on this issue, and other reasons have also been identified. However, no matter what the reasons may be, violence is an act that harms a person's dignity and can never be justified. Coaches in school sports teams should make coaching that does not rely on violence the norm. And they should also guide students so that violence does not occur among them. To be honest, violence in sports teams is not an area of expertise for a psychiatrist. However, thinking about issues like this, well, I believe can deepen our understanding of various things closer to home, so I decided to address it. If you found this video interesting, please subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up. And please share your thoughts in the comments section. Do share this video with someone you know.
That's all.